All right, let's get into it. You know those moments on live TV where things just go completely off the rails in the best way possible? Well, today we're talking about one of those legendary moments. It's all about the Vivo TV 10th anniversary show, where a really emotional song got, let's just say, gloriously interrupted by some absolute icons. So that really is the big question, right? What actually happens when you take a super serious, heartfelt performance and just inject pure, unfiltered chaos into it? I mean, for the people running the show, it's probably their worst nightmare. But for us watching at home, it's absolute gold. We're going to walk through exactly what went down when one of Korea's biggest singers found himself in a comedy bit he definitely did not see coming.
Okay, so before we get to the main event, and trust me, it's worth the wait, we've got to set the scene. You have to understand, this wasn't just some random show. This was a huge deal, a 10-year celebration. The stage was set for something, really memorable.
So picture this. It's November 9th. The Vivo TV YouTube channel is hitting its 10-year mark. That's a huge milestone. So of course, they're throwing a massive, star-studded live show. And get this, the title of the behind-the-scenes video was literally, "What's the concept for the 10th anniversary Vivo show? All the Vivo friends are here." I mean, that tells you everything, doesn't it? The whole vibe was supposed to be this big, warm, family reunion.
And they were not kidding when they said all the friends are here. I mean, look at this lineup. We're talking a total who's who of Korean entertainment. You've got legends like Lee Young-ja and so many other big names, all showing up to support the hosts, Song Eun Yi and Kim Suk. It just goes to show you, this crew isn't just a bunch of colleagues. They're a really tight-knit group, a family. You know, it's a big deal when even Yoo Jae-suk, who couldn't even make it, made sure to send a heartfelt message. That really says something about the bond they all share.
Okay, so the scene is set. The atmosphere is electric. The show's in full swing, and this is where things get interesting. This is the moment our story takes a very, very sharp turn, where the script basically got thrown out the window and something truly unforgettable happened instead.
So let's really paint the picture here. The lights go down, the crowd is totally silent, just hanging on every moment. And who's the guest performer? It's the one and only Kim Jong Kook. You know him for that incredible, powerful voice. He's right in the middle of his huge hit song, One Man, just pouring every ounce of emotion into it. This is supposed to be one of the moments of the night. Super serious, super touching, a real highlight.
And then it happens. Just bam! Out of absolutely nowhere, Kim Suk bursts onto the stage, making this hilarious entrance, flexing and showing off how toned she is. But wait, that was just the opening act, because right after her comes Song Eun Yi, in a bright, hot pink bikini. Yeah, a bikini, strutting her stuff, totally confident. And just like that, the beautiful, emotional ballad is completely, utterly derailed by this incredible moment of comedy.
Okay, so you have to wonder, right? You're a pro. You're singing this serious song, and this happens. What do you do? Well, Kim Jong Kook's reaction is exactly why this whole thing went from just a funny prank to something genuinely legendary.
I mean, his quick thinking was just amazing. He's just staring, completely stunned, and without even skipping a beat, he just blurts this out. He jokes that he thought it was their male colleague, Jun-moo, who'd been working out a lot. That one line, completely off the cuff, it just shattered all the tension. The entire place just erupted in laughter. He didn't just stand there shocked, he jumped right into the bit with them.
But it wasn't over. Not by a long shot. As Song Eun Yi keeps doing her thing, walking closer and closer to him, you can see his professional cool just start to melt away. He actually turns away from the mic, totally flustered, and yells, "This is embarrassing, stop it!" And that raw, unfiltered reaction, that mix of total shock and genuine embarrassment was just so real, so human. The audience went wild all over again. You just can't script a reaction like that, and that's why it was absolutely perfect.
And you'd think that's it, right? That's the peak. How can you top that? A derailed song, a surprise bikini? But no. Believe it or not, they had one more twist ready to go, and it turned the whole thing from a comedy sketch into, well, basically a live-action rom-com.
You're not going to believe this. Just as all this chaos is happening, another person walks out on stage. It's Kuban's son, who everyone knows as Kim Suk's man. But he's not just walking out, he's wearing a wedding gown. A full-on wedding dress. And the best part? He had no idea this was happening. Apparently, during rehearsals, he was like, "What is this? I had no clue." He was just as shocked as the rest of us.
It was like watching a movie scene play out in real time. First, you have the total shock on Koovin's son's face, and you can just imagine the audience gasping and then just bursting out laughing. Then, Kim Suk runs from backstage, and they have this really sweet embrace. And then, leaning right into the absurdity of it all, she asks him what she's supposed to do with this wedding dress. It was just pure, unscripted magic. You simply can't write chemistry like that.
And his answer was just the perfect cherry on top of this completely insane cake. He doesn't even hesitate. He just looks at her and says, "Keep it for now." It was so witty, and it played right into this ongoing rom-com story they have, which the fans absolutely love. The crowd just roared. It was the most charming, perfect way to end this absolutely wild ride.
So when you step back and look at all this, what's the big takeaway? You have this huge, meticulously planned anniversary show, and it gets completely stolen by just a few minutes of pure, spontaneous chaos. You know, in Korean variety shows, these broadcast accidents are often the moments people remember and love the most. Why? Because they strip away all the polish and show you the real people underneath. It proves that, yeah, planning is great, but sometimes the absolute best stuff, the most hilarious and memorable moments, are the ones you could never ever script. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Maybe the real magic in entertainment isn't in what's planned, but in all the amazing, unscripted chaos that happens in between.